I'm John McKay's first team coach Mark Hams after this afternoon's 1-0 home win against Harrow Borough. Mark, at 0-0 there was something of an inspired substitution to bring a proven goal scorer off the bench, and then pops Gary McDonald with the winner.
Yeah, as he's celebrating, he's shouting, "I can't believe you're leaving out the top scorer." Yeah, you're right. You put Bobby on to get goals, and Silly Nuts turns up and taps one in for you.
It was on the balance of play though. We deserved that goal, didn't we? We deserved the victory.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean it's going to be like that, isn't it? I mean, what I said to him at half time was, for Christ's sake, don't go into it's not going to be our day mentality. Like I said to him after Margate before going to Bury. And in fairness to them, credit where credit's due, they haven't done that. They've kept going, and even with, like we're saying to him, 5 minutes to go, 4 minutes to go, and 4 minutes of extra time, and they could have just thought, our day's over now, but they never. So credit to them, they take enough bollockings off us, so they've got to give credit when it's due.
And how much did that late goal alter the complexion of your team talk post-match?
Quite a lot. Yeah, no, quite a lot really, because I would have considered the 0-0 to be a poor result, and that's not disrespecting Harrow, because they've come here and had a proper go, and he's walking over now. Dave is a good manager, Dave. You know what you're going to get from his teams, but yeah, I would have considered it to be a poor result, a 0-0, and a ground out 1-0, if you want to call it an ugly ground out one. It obviously reflects a lot better.
You left Bobby Traynor on the bench today. It's been a long while since he's not played in a league game first choice, as far as I can remember. What was the reasoning behind that today?
Yeah, Douse had to turn up with bodyguards today. I thought he was going to get covered in rotten eggs and things. But everyone's got to have their turn, and you might say the same thing about Gary McDonald. We was joking before the game, saying that in the papers next week there'd be a big back page spread that Bobby's been left out, and a tiny little bit at the bottom about Gary being left out. But now Gary will be on there after scoring the goal. But it's got to happen to some people. Bobby's, to be fair, the attitude around the whole dugout today was different class. Everybody, Gailey coming on, and even Jason Emery not coming on, everybody was excellent. But why should Bobby be any different? He's the best goal scorer at this club still, and will be probably all the time he's here.
And how do you think Stuart Duff did today, leading the line on his own for long periods?
Yeah, I thought he did okay. He's a brave lad. He went to the same school as me, so I don't know where he gets that from, because my school was as soft as whatever. But I said to him in there, and the Margate game, and then going to Bury and things, and he does things that are quite brave, where he'll stick a big goalkeeper on his backside. I think I brought it up after Margate, and he'll chase things that you would consider are lost causes, and little things like that. I'm not sure you can coach that into people. That comes from within, and if you track back the goal by a minute or a minute and a half or so, it's come from him chasing a ball from right wing, by the way. I see him make a diagonal run and I think it was slightly offside, but he hounded it down into the corner, and in a roundabout way that's where it's come from. So little attributes like that, when you're not ripping teams apart with your football, pure hard work can sometimes reward you, and it did.
Fowler impressed on Monday against Tooting, perhaps slightly less so today. What was your take on his performance?
I think we put a bit too much on him today, to be honest with you. We put an emphasis on him getting at the right back, who we didn't, again, without disrespecting anybody, we felt we could get down the sides and in behind him. One of our biggest problems sometimes is when we identify a strength like that, we overcook it. Come on, Fowler, give the ball to Fowler, do this, Fowler. And maybe that puts a bit too much on him. So we're probably guilty of that. But I mean, all the time, in the same sort of way you always keep Bobby in the team for goals, Fowler had to stay on, because somewhere along the line he was probably going to get us something. And when we come out 5-10 minutes into the second half with the free kick, where we moved the ball and he went down the wing and crossed it, on another day that might be a penalty, because he did hit an elbow. So little things like that you keep him on for, because he can drop a shoulder and get past people.
We're 9 points off fifth, so 9 points off a playoff space, but we have won the last two on the bounce. Where can we go from here? If we can iron out our inconsistency and get a run going, it's still possible, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, without jumping the question in the same way Martin put it the other day after the interview, in the interview after the game, we've just got to concentrate on Lewis now, because I think if you start thinking 2, 3, half a dozen, 8 games ahead, then you don't concentrate on the task in hand. So our priority at the moment is Lewis away. I think is that today our second double of the season? Is that right? Was last week the first one? Come on, stats. Yes, it was. Yeah, just nod your head, yeah. So can we go and do a third? Well, that'll be our target for this week. Let's go and get a third double of the season. But you don't know what's beyond that. We've always said, I was going to say, in this division, in any league, in any country, get yourself on a run. You'll need other people's results to go your way, but you just don't know what's around the corner.
It's going to be tough next week, isn't it? Slightly tougher again, as you say. No disrespect to Harrow, but next week is going to be a tougher game, isn't it?
Yeah, well, the manager's just said it's nice to go there and us be underdogs on the back of on the back of two pretty good results. It's quite nice when the pressure's off you and you haven't got to win and you're away from home, because sometimes it can be on you a bit here, and that's not having a go at anybody, it can be on you a bit. So let's go down to a team who's currently in a playoff position, and we'll be favourites. Let's have a go at them.
Cheers, thanks so much.
Cheers, Simon. Thanks, mate. Thank you.